Ladies and gentlemen, ghouls and goblins, happy Halloween, motherfuckers. Wahahaha. About as spooky as I get. Don't worry, there will be no more crazy Halloween gestures. However, there is a spooky clip later on in this video. For those of you who don't know, this is a Rush gameplay on the map Flood Zone. And this video will be about me reviewing the G36c and my thoughts on it. Again, I've said this in previous videos, but I feel it's important to reiterate on for people that are just tuning in. I'm not going to be breaking down the weapon statistics that much. Of course, I have to mention them, but if you really want to get into the statistics of a gun, I encourage you guys to go to Level Cap's channel. I don't know if Jack Frags does it, and I don't know if Level Cap has even broken down this gun yet. However, that's just not my style, and, you know, he's great at what he does, and I don't want to copy someone who's just super innovative. Like, that's his thing, you know? I don't want to do that. Anyway, without further ado, let's just get right into the fucking meat of this video. You know what I'm saying? So, the G36c, in order to understand this gun, we have to compare it to a gun that I really don't like, which is the AKU-12. You saw in another video, I do not like the AKU-12. I think it's a good gun, depending on your preference, but for me, it doesn't work. So, the AKU-12 and the G36c have identical, and I mean identical, statistics across the board. However, the AKU-12 shoots 30 RPM faster. Now, to me, it doesn't feel that way. To me, it feels like the G36c actually shoots faster. I don't know why. Statistically, that's not possible. However, when I'm using the G36c, it feels like it shoots faster. Maybe it just looks more compact. Maybe, you know, the recoil is a little higher. I don't know. Maybe it's the sound of the gun. But I feel more effective when I'm using the G36 than when I'm using the AKU-12. And while statistically that doesn't mean anything, and I'm completely wrong, if I feel that way about a gun, it is going to translate into gameplay. So if I feel like I'm going to be a badass with a gun, chances are I'm going to be a badass with that gun, or I'm going to be more effective with it. You see what I'm saying? So this goes for any gun that you like in Battlefield. You know, I've seen people that use guns that should not be used for long range that they use for long range anyway. And I've seen guns that should not be used for short range, but they're used for short range anyway. So that's just my personal opinion on the G36. By the way, I know you might be saying, what the fuck? Why am I watching an LMG, you know, run around right now? And that's simply because I kind of went on a killing spree and I thought it would be cool to show it in the video. And there's this really spooky thing that happens here in just a few moments, and you'll see it's weird. I mean, you'll see it. It's very noticeable. I'll point it out. But again, as I was saying, the G36 is just, it's a great gun. I really do enjoy it. However, it does not cater to my playstyle. So if you're going to get the G36, and if you want to test it out, if you want to say, okay, this might be my gun, I love the way it looks, I love the way it sounds, you know, what type of playstyle does this support, right? So you can run around, and you can be a crazy person with this gun if you want to, but it's typically not effective. Now, hold that thought, and I want you to watch this, right? So I thought this guy was a bad guy, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to shoot him real quick. And it turns out, when I was aiming at him, I missed every single bullet, even though my reticule was on him. Every single bullet. Every single one missed. And by the way, I just showed that clip just to show that the ineffectiveness in terms of range that the G36 has. Of course, that has to do with carbines, but again, kind of a spooky situation with that LMG, right? We can agree that was a little spooky. It was a little spooky, and I was like, okay, well, he's obviously a teammate. I tried to run away. Anyway, back to the G36. This gun is great depending on the play style that you want to use. If you want to go around and be crazy and, you know, really get in people's faces, I don't think this is going to be the gun for you. If you want to use the G36 effectively, what I found to be the best methodology when approaching this gun is you want to go for flanks, right? You want to get into situations where you're not engaging head-on against the gun that shoots faster. Because the G36 is not that powerful and it doesn't shoot that fast. But that does not mean it isn't effective. You can see right here in this clip, I'm being very effective. I'm just loading bullets into that doorway. That's all I'm doing. I get like 7 kills. They rush me. Of course, it takes a little longer for me to kill these players, but it doesn't matter because I'm just holding it down. I'm supporting my team, and we are making the proper push just because I was able to hold down, you know, this one little spot. So if you're going to use the G36, my recommendation to you would to be only use it if you're a conservative player. So you like to, you know, be more laid back. You like to put more shots into players and help out your team and support them a little more. But you don't like LMGs. You still like to be mobile. You still like to, you know, be zooming around the map. Then this might be the gun for you. For me personally, I don't really like it because I need a gun that shoots fast and hits hard. The ACR, perfect example. The A91 is another perfect example. Now, before I go into my little rant here, I just want to say one gun that I think the G36 could be compared to, or should have been compared to, is the Ace 52 CQB. The Ace 52 CQB, it's a gun, it doesn't shoot that fast, it shoots very, very slow, but it has an immense amount of power to it. So there are benefits. The G36, it shoots really slow, and it doesn't have that much power. So, in my opinion, if you want to be conservative, I mean, look at this. This just doesn't make any sense. I'm have to load clips into people in order to kill them, and it just takes way too long to kill players. Guys, we are nearing the end of this video. I just want to say, I don't have any animosity towards this gun. I think it should be beefed up a little bit in some way and balanced out appropriately, because I don't want to see this gun fall by the waysides. I really did enjoy using it. I probably will never use it again. But that isn't to say that I love the feel of it. I love the design of it. I love the way it sounds. It really is one of a kind. But in terms of my personal playstyle, it just isn't my fit. Now, it might be your fit, and that's perfectly okay. I've seen people just go off. I've seen players just rip people apart with this gun. It's the same thing with the AKU-12. If you're effective with it, use it. This is just my personal opinion. When I played with this gun and when I was really effective with it was when I was passive, was when I was going for flanks, not engaging in head-to-head gunfights like I did with that guy right there. That just was not smart of me. Again, right here, you can see this clip. This is pretty much the final clip. I don't get that was like the one head-to-head gunfight I get into, but I typically getting shots, going back around cover, getting shots, going back around cover, and I died. Anyway, guys, it's been real. Peace.